Why functional requirement specification or software requirement specification or FS or spec or whatever you call it? Why this document is so very much important? Because it's very simple. Otherwise, you are going to lose lots of money and time. You're going to lose your resources, and if you skimp on preparing a decently detailed functional specification, you will spend much more time on implementation, on coding, on redoing and rethinking of something which has already been implemented. In other words, while you are working on this document, you can see the gaps, you can see logical problems, you can figure out what is underthought, what is not thoroughly planned before you start developing, before you start writing code, before you incur costs for developers, for engineers, or even for designers. When you plan this document, it helps you crystallize your thinking, your vision. It becomes material on the paper first, or in a document. Anyway, it becomes, it gets to a certain form of materialization. It becomes real, not only in your head. Once somebody said, it's impossible to compile the code in one's head. You have to use tools. So this is the very first, the basic and the most important tool. Pen and the paper, or a Word document, or something which lets you fix the ideas into expressions, into words, into sentences, into schemes, into wireframes, whatever. But once you put it on paper, you can come back and reread it. You get a certain level of criticism, or your own criticism, without even showing it to anybody else. It's like a draft, but formalized. Now, on the basis of documented vision, on the basis of sketched screens or wireframes, you can more or less precisely understand how many screens or pages you need to create in the application or on the website. And thus you can count days of work or hours of work and understand the resources you need. That is why the funds you spend on creating a functional specification will definitely pay off at the next stage.